Le Comité Tricolore, under the initiative of Hugues Gossard, chef instructor at Stanford University, decided to help the food industry in the DMV area during COVID-19. Some of the professionals lost their job, had to close their business, and might not even be able to recover from this crisis. So the Comité Tricolore decided to help the food professionals network by putting them forward in this video, showing that there is hope and success stories that we would like to share with you. I interviewed few of the French chefs and business owners with the aim to promote the French community, to show the mutual support among the French food industries, all members of the Comité Tricolore, and making sure that we can keep the focus on the bright side. The questions were pretty simple. What was the impact of COVID-19 in the food industry? Is there something that the chefs have done to overcome this crisis? And after 3 months already, what is the human outcome? And finally, if COVID-19 was coming back, is there something that you will do differently?
L'impact du Covid-19 sur la restauration a été très nocif pour l'ensemble de la profession, que ce soit les restaurants ou les petites structures de boulangerie-pâtisserie, puisque un grand nombre de restaurants ont dû fermer leurs portes.
It's been really a disaster here in Washington DC area, and I'm sure all around America. I mean, you have to understand that all the restaurants basically they had to close, even if they had the opportunity to stay, open with delivery. I mean, it's really not the same. So. I mean, most of the restaurants, I mean, they were not able to keep their staff. They basically closed their doors. Some they stay open for delivery and to go, but they had, of course, to run their business like 10–20% of the capacity, and so it's really been a disaster for the restaurant industry here in Washington DC.
Well, it was a shock. It was a disaster. We were not expecting anything like that to happen to our business. Very quickly, the government shut our restaurant down. We were left with no resources, and we had to make a very hard decision to let go most of our employees because we didn't have enough resources in the bank to cover our payroll. So the first impact was a devastation.
Well, the impact it's pretty dramatic, right? As an industry, what we do, we actually feed the world. We feed people, and if we are not there to actually feed the world, then we are in a really difficult situation. So the effect has been extremely dramatic.
The impact was just huge. We lost from one day to another 85% of our sales. So we were really down. All the coffee shops closed together. The hotels stopped ordering croissants. The restaurants were closed. It was really a huge impact. Nobody in the company was prepared. We all know what it is to lose one customer, but losing all the customers at the same time, that's just a little terrific.
Well, the COVID was really drastic for all the restaurants and hotels. We have many restaurants in their locations. Overnight, they had to shut down completely, so they lost. Most of them lost 100% of their sales. But the good thing, they came up pretty fast how to resolve and create some new solution.
La réaction que j'ai eue était de me dire que j'avais beaucoup de chance par rapport à certaines personnes et que de par cela, il fallait que j'aide autant que possible. Donc j'ai essayé de trouver des associations qui soient capables d'accepter des dons qu'on leur ferait. Naturellement, dans un premier lieu, ça a été le pain, puisque c'est mon métier, donc j'ai proposé des dons de pain. En fait, l'idée première était celle-là, de pouvoir donner de ma personne, de mon temps et des produits que je fabrique pour aider les autres. Et puis naturellement, on s'est rapproché d'une maison de retraite ici dans Washington, et puis on a commencé à les servir.
For us, we also came up with meals, seal meals. We never did that in the past. is it's to minimize the human touch for the customer to trust them. We work with Virginia Hospital. We've been having a relationship for a long time. First, we were lucky. We just got some masks before COVID, and we buy them by container. So we give them 150,000 masks, surgical masks, just like that, the blue one. And then we gave 5,000 to Washington. We gave about 250,000 masks. And then
pretty much we put bags together that would actually feed the family. And then we ended up giving them on a driveway of the hotels. So when the team members would drive by, we would actually drop a bag in their car and then they would keep going. And we were able to feed hundreds, and I can actually say thousands of team members and their families by doing something like this. We also, of course, donated a lot of food to the food banks. We already have programs in place, and everybody should have a program in place with their local food bank. So communicating with the food bank and then donating to the food bank in order to, again, feed our communities.
We gave some croissants to 2 hospitals, and we started communicating on that. And many customers came to us and said, hey, we would like to participate. Can we give some money? So we made a fundraising on the web and also on the stores. And the Comité Tricolore participated, the French ambassador participated, and we raised something between $7,000 and $8,000. We distributed thousands and thousands of croissants to all the hospitals. I received even a call from my insurance company. They heard about this activity and they participated. They sent $1,000 to be part of it. So this was a way to help locally, to help the people who take care of those who have the COVID.
One of the very important thing and shocking thing that happened very quickly from the time the restaurant has to close their dining room, it's the number of guests that were coming regularly to our restaurants that came back to us voicing their need to support us to survive. So us at Convivial, we generate about more than $10,000 very quickly in a couple of weeks of cash ready that we quickly redistribute to our employees that were out of work by writing a check. Even that it was not much. I think it was maybe $250 per employee or a bit less, but you should see the joy of every employee that picked up the check.
All the clients that were coming here, they were like amazing support. I mean, we felt so much support from the area. People from all around the neighborhood, they were coming. They were buying gift certificates, could give us cash flow. They were really engaged of keeping our business alive.
But generally speaking, my staff has stayed positive. We stay busy, and the customers have really felt that. They felt that we've cared. They felt that we've been there, and that's something that has really meant a lot to them. And the guests have repeatedly sent messages saying, how much they appreciate all the effort we've taken to keep them safe, to make them feel safe. And I think that's what everybody wants, is that feeling of security that we all lost.
Qu'est-ce qu'on ferait de mieux? Éventuellement, mettre en place plus rapidement un système où les gens pourraient récupérer leurs marchandises qu'ils auraient commandées au préalable de chez eux ou via une app éventuelle. Le sujet est assez vaste, mais quelque chose de plus rapide pour que les gens aient moins de temps à attendre en boutique, pour qu'on évolue dans un environnement beaucoup plus safe.
Yeah, I will say that when we hit the crisis, I cut some expenses, like for example the social media, and because I wanted to save some money, I didn't know where I was going, and I will say now that I will continue, communicating with my social media and engaging with the community.
But the good thing is we have the support of our landlord. We have great help from the Small Business Association that lend us some money to provide for our staff and our charge, some of our charge. And so I think in 4 months it will be over. We will have not of that left, and we will have to reevaluate our pricing because we will have lost so much real estate in the restaurants to get everybody on a weekend to fill up and to spend the money that we need to pay our rents. So we're gonna have to change the concept of the restaurant a little bit, and hopefully a lot of people will still come.
Yeah, first for operation, we are quite lucky because in our production facilities, people already wash their hands, they are completely covered, they have masks. So we didn't have to do so much training. We only added some more steps, like taking the temperature outside of the plant. Nobody could come. We have big tents outside. We scan everybody. But we are ready for the second wave for sure because we have everything put in place.
It was, what can you do better? Yes, it's react faster. And then really, try to analyze every single corner of the business and our communities, and then understand, or take the measures. At the end of the day, it's about, we have our sixth sense, and the sixth sense is the difference between right and wrong. And I think that's where, when you look at something and you have a feeling that this is what you should be doing, just do it.
I think when we entrepreneurs, we keep this positive spirit, and it's very important to constantly motivate the team, explain that there are solutions, that we are going to find them, we are going to act as a team, and we are not leaving each one alone with his own problems. So together we found solutions for Fresh Baguette, and I'm sure we will find some in the future, whatever arrives to us.
Maybe, honestly, and things that I would do different and things that we've looked at, instead of operating 6 days a week, I'd turn it down to 5 days a week. We cut off Sunday. We would make sure that we have 2 days really of non-work, even for staff, to have those 2 days of rest, to have it just to step outside of here, and that constant thought of, do I have my mask on? Do I have the sanitizer? Do I have the gloves? Did I bag it up right? Did we take every precaution that we could? That would be the overriding if this comes back. The other thing is how do I balance that with my kids, and how do I keep them safe, and what's going to happen with school?
The pandemic decimated an industry that employs more than 50 million people in the US and was projected to do almost $900 billion in sales this year. This crisis presents us with the opportunity to use creativity, compassion, ingenuity, and our French chefs have been resilient, as you can see. They were able to adapt and bounce back. Today, it is time for us to help them. If you're not willing or able to dine out, there are still plenty of ways to support them through gift cards, leaving good reviews, and yes, when and if you are ready, enjoying a good meal out on their patio.